What's up, everybody? It's Life at Space with Visionary Rose. Grace and love to everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in, rocking, and watching, and listening to them episodes on Life at Space with Visionary Rose. Real quick, I want to talk about a topic: bondage. Bondage is not only being free from sin, but being freed up in the four aspects. And y'all know the four aspects is life aspects of Visionary Rose. So I talk about the aspects of life as well too: the mental, the emotional, the physical, and the spiritual aspect. And so when you're in bondage, you're not able to see things clearly spiritually in the spiritual eyes. When you're in bondage, you're not able to think about it mentally, in a mental clear state of mind, or you're not able to view it from a different perspective. You're not able to feel it emotionally, the way that you are supposed to feel it. And so I talked about the three things that takes place, and that was the growth, the healing, and the transformation. And so in order for you not to be in bondage, and in order for you to break away from things that can slip you into bondage or keep you into bondage or put you into bondage, and you have to be mindful and use your discernment. And so many people are in bondage within their friends and their family. The advice that they are receiving, the advice that they are giving, you have to be mindful of the advice that you give as well too, because you can put a person in bondage by the advice that you give them. You could put a person in bondage by, feeding them negative things when you're supposed to be feeding them positive things. Also, when you are receiving advice, you have to be mindful of the response. Be mindful of the response comes when you are speaking on a particular thing with your friend or your family member. Listen out for the response. Now let's go back to where when you are receiving. Now when you are receiving the advice, you also have to be mindful to listen, to see what it is. Like, okay, God, is this what you want me to hear? Is this you talking through this person? Because there are people that God speaks through. And so when you are having like situations and stuff, or when you need like, okay, what should I do about this? I got this business plan. Like, what should I do? Like, just different things that you have going on. And it doesn't have to be bad. It could be good things that you're trying to work on, that you're trying to move forward and progress into life. And so whatever it is that person is trying to tell you, so whatever it is that you're trying to receive, make sure that whatever you're trying to receive, you're listening. You're like, okay, God, using your discernment, speaking to God. That's why it's important to have that relationship with him, to pray and meditate in his words, so that when you come up against things, or when you need some form of advice, or when you need some, is this okay? Like, whatever it is that you're trying to do in life, he will show you and he will guide you. And I said about in one of my prayer cards, the Lord will always guide you. The Lord will guide you, and he will never leave. Never will he forsake you. And so you have to be mindful, going back to how people are responding. The response is very, very important. The response is very, very important, because the response is either going to break you or make you. And I'm going to say that again. The response of a person to where you go to talk to your friends and your family is either going to make or break you. And this is why you have to have a strong mind. This is why you have to trust your intuition. Use your discernment. Use your discernment to know, because the advice that you are receiving, or the response and stuff like that, is either going to make or break you. And so if you're not strong level-minded, or if you don't know how to stand up for yourself or speak up for yourself, or to know what it is, like, okay, if you know this is what you feel deep down inside is for you, don't allow a friend or a family member to put your mindset or your gut feeling into a deeper into another what is it I'm trying to say? Put your gut feeling into what they want it to be. Basically what I'm saying. Don't let what they say kind of get your discernment off track, or your intuition off track. If there's something that you want to do, go ahead on. If you know inside, like, wow, I really want to do this, I feel like this is a good idea, I feel like I'm gonna really be successful in this, or this is something that I want. Even when it comes down to people that you want to be. Now, if it's with a person that your family is saying, no, they beat on you, they not for you, they doing this, they doing that, then yes, they're trying to help you out. But if you know deep down inside that this is somebody that you want, this is somebody that you want to move forward with, you have to trust your heart, because they're not you. They're not you. And this is how a lot of people mess themselves up, by listening to their family and their friends and stuff like that. Many people miss out on people that they are supposed to be with. They are supposed to, be into connection with. But we allow the friends and the family to get into our head, because don't have our own mind. And that's why you have to have your own mind. You can't listen to what other people say, because other people can see things in you and they don't want you to have what it is. Because 9 times out of 10, people don't want you to have it because they want it, or they not there yet. They don't want to see you happy with it, or they know that if you get what you want, it's a wrap for them. It's a wrap for them. Because all it takes is that next moment in life, that next step in life, that next growth in life. And see, a lot of people that you may be tied to now know that they can't go with you into that next season. So that's why they try to stop you. That's why they try to, block it. That's why they try to do so many things. When you try to move forward, they'll say, man, you acting funny. Girl, you acting funny. But you're not acting funny because growth is necessary. So growth is necessary. So they say, you acting funny. Oh, you think you... Nah, that's when you really got to cut it off, because they can't even respect the growth. They can't even respect the transformation. They can't even respect your healing. And anybody that can't respect something positive in your life, that's because they have a negativity in theirs. If they can't respect the positive in your life, they have negativity in theirs, and they don't want you to be, at the next level. They don't want to see you grow. And see, people tell on themselves. People tell on themselves all the time. People tell on themselves. When they see you, going up, they try to say little things to try to stop it. Try to say little things to try to throw you out, to try to make you question yourself. Don't never let nobody make you question yourself. You got to know who you are, and you got to know who you are and what God says about you. Because whatever God says about you and whatever God says has to happen into your life, it got to happen. But that bondage, you can't be in bondage by what it is around you that's going to affect you. Growth is necessary. Turning your pain into purpose. That's one of the things I learned, was to turn my pain into purpose. To not allow the pain to get the best of me, or to allow the pain to weigh me down. Because that was going to keep me in bondage. And I can't allow what want to keep me in bondage. I can't allow what wants to keep me in bondage. I can't allow that to keep me in bondage. So I love you guys, and I hope you guys took something from this video. Turn your pain into purpose. Don't be in bondage, and to break away from what isn't, that's no longer serving you. And don't be your own enemy. Don't be your own enemy, because you can. So I love you guys, and I thank y'all for rocking. It's Life Aspects with Visionary Rose. Grace and love, baby.